Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I'd like to take a closer look at this new Cloud and Glenn banner and share with you my opinion on it. Cloud's top R ability increases attack for allies by 7%, which you can increase further with another weapon, and then the bottom R ability increases HP of all allies by 15%, but Cloud also gets 20% increased physical and magic ability damage when in max command stance, and also both defenses get increased by 20%. And I don't know, it's not a bad outfit, it's a rather good outfit or a very good outfit for a support character, but for Cloud, who is a DPS character, it is very weird and confusing because why use that over our Kingdom outfits which give you a bigger DPS boost? And in most hard content, we don't really have space for two DPS characters, but more often than not we need a tank or supporter. So I'm just struggling to think in how many instances this outfit could be more useful than other outfits, but I can't really think of any other than this ranking. Cloud's new weapon has a decent magic attack stat, 46 attack and 56 ice potency, and I guess it's fine. It's meant to be a secondary or sub weapon, which is nice. It also has Circle Surge boost slot, and the command ability deals 800% non-elemental magic damage to a single enemy, and it also applies ice weakness with 30% for 60 seconds, and when Cloud is above 50% HP, it also applies ice damage bonus that equals 30% of damage dealt. And it's a nice weapon overall, or secondary weapon that can make enemy weak to ice as long as it doesn't resist ice. And the first one was Vincent limited weapon that could apply ice weakness once per battle, and now this Cloud weapon has no limits anymore. It definitely can be useful in some battles where you could just make enemy weak to ice, and it can be paired together with Cloud's full throttle, but you would need to sacrifice the fusion sword, so Cloud wouldn't be your main DPS anymore, but you would rather switch into a support role with that. And now Glenn's new weapon, which has 710% magic attack stats, which is incredibly high, very nice, 62 HP and 42 MDef, again very nice with that increased HP especially for a tank, XIII boost slot, and the command ability deals 920% magic ice damage to a single enemy, but it also applies Enfeeble for 60 seconds, decreases magic attack, and when Glenn is above 70% HP, it also buffs magic defense for allies, and both are mid potency per cast and max is high, and I think it's a very good weapon. Glenn is now the first tank with the ability to apply Enfeeble, but decreasing enemies' magic attack while buffing magic defense is very good and can be very helpful. But also, with Glenn's free crossover outfit, Glenn can now debuff magic attack to -4, because the outfit grants extra debuff tier. So it's a very good support weapon. So, I'm not really sure what to say about this banner. It's not a bad banner, but I can't just really find reasons to justify why this is a limited banner or why pull on it. Cloud's banner to me is pretty much the same as that support Vincent banner that we got a month ago, but Vincent at least is a lot more versatile, but also Vincent was a featured banner. Glenn weapon can be good for some battles, and it debuffing magic attack while buffing magic defense and applying Enfeeble has a lot of value and is very versatile, and I genuinely think Glenn's weapon is a lot more interesting and can be a lot more useful in the future. But Cloud, I just view it as being the same as what Vincent got a month ago, but here it just makes Cloud a straight support for Tifa in this dungeon ranking, so that he sets everything up for her so that she can melt the bosses. But aside from this dungeon ranking, I can't really find any situation where I would want to use this weapon instead of fusion. I don't know, it just feels like such a whale weapon where you pawn every banner and have everything in your account, so you can just min-max your whole team. But if you're not a whale and you don't have everything, it really won't do much, I think. I'm a Cloud and Seth main, and I have no desire to pawn this banner because it's a limited banner and those are always very expensive. Also, I have only Cloud for Magic Ice DPS, so this weapon really won't do much or anything for me, because you use that mainly in a situation just like this dungeon ranking where Cloud is just a support to set up everything for Tifa or another DPS, and in such a situation where you have everything on your team, it definitely works, but only if you have all that. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed and a little bit salty that Cloud got such an underwhelming banner, because that is the first limited Cloud banner that I am skipping. But I'm also glad because I am low on crystals and there is still Sephiroth banner in this crossover, and next month we'll have that Nia crossover, and so that means I am just going to save a little bit more crystals by skipping it. But if it was a featured banner like Vincent, I would say it's great and just to wishlist it in the future, but now I can't justify spending a lot of crystals and likely weapon parts just to get this weapon to B6. Oh, and also, Glenn getting a crossover weapon is very unexpected to me. That also means that now in Year 3 crossovers we are getting even more limited weapons or banners, because until now it was always 3 or 4 crossover banners in a crossover. But now with this FF13 crossover we are getting at least 5. 5 if Sephiroth banner next week will come only as a single character banner and they won't add Sid or someone else. This also makes me a little bit worried because it means we are not only getting crossover after crossover, but also more limited banners than I thought. But yeah, it is what it is. That's just what I think about this banner. I really expected something different there, because it really feels kind of underwhelming. Glenn is fine, just Cloud out for a Cloud main is really just underwhelming, which is fine. I get to save crystals, but I just didn't think I would ever want to skip a limited Cloud banner. But with us getting just pretty much only limited banners now, and it's only so little crystals, I can't just justify spending resources on that. But yeah, I'm also curious what you think about this banner, or perhaps you have a different opinion about it. But yeah, that will be all. If you're going to pull, best of luck on your pulls, and in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.